Hello and welcome to another daily trading recap, and we will go through the trades that I have taken on 20th of April. So in 20th of April, I the monthly and the weekly scenarios remain the same, and if I look at daily, the previous daily candle was closing bearish, so it was my strong anticipation that the current daily candle will fill this wick we created yesterday. So I was planning myself based on daily time frame and based on the price action based in daily. So if I look to 4 hour time frame, the previous 4 hour candle closed bullish and the next one was moving up, and the way the previous 4 hour candle was closing and the next was moving up, I anticipated that we can potentially push down. So based on H1 and other smaller time frames, I executed a trade. I executed trade once the M30 candle closed bearish and the next one, and on the next candles we break below M15 candle low by placing a stop loss of 18 pips. I was anticipating a sell move down till 1993 area. So let's move on to this terminal to show you where I executed that trade. Right in here, once the M15 candle break below previous M15 candle low, and once we created this area, this is where my trade was, and I was planning to hold this trade for 1992 area. So once the price, the M5 candle closed bullish and the next one start to move up, this is where I close 50% of my position. But if I look at M1 time frame, I can see that my stop loss was above this area. My stop loss for 50% of my position didn't get hit, but I closed the 50% of my position, and the rest one I closed the entire position at this area, which went in exactly 50 pips. So at this area, I was anticipating that the news will push down instead of pushing up, and my anticipation was to place a stop loss somewhere above this M5 wick. But once the prices reach in this area, I noticed that my mind is essentially not responding to what it should respond, and even I was struggling to find where is my TP, and I forgot some of the essentials regarding trade. That's where I closed the entire thing, because number one, it was in 50 pips of profit and I aim for 39 pips, which is more than what I usually aim for. So, and the second thing was my mind essentially become numb, so I decided to close the position at this area, and luckily it was the low for that session. But essentially I will say it is very unrealistic to exit at the lows, so this is where my stop loss should be for that trade. And essentially I should have closed the trade before news, because number one, it was 50% profit, and number two, we were creating small M5 body candles, so maybe there was probability that we can push up before pushing down to essentially do a fake out. So after the news, I didn't look at trade because mentally I was feeling very sick, and there was there were some other trade opportunities for sell once the M15 candle closed bearish, and the next one break below this area. I should have executed this trade, and to potentially target the 64 5 pips of area, but I didn't execute it because I don't feel like doing so. Based on number of factors, it isn't like that I was lazy. So this is where somewhere my trade was, and by placing a stop loss of 28 pip, I can potentially target this area, but I can see that the price action was not very clear. Later on, the two excellent trades appeared. So the number one trade was right in here. Once the H1 candle closed like this and the next one broke above this area, I should have executed this trade. And in here, once we break above this area, this is my trade for 40 pips. So the essentially the trade will come based on 5 minute time frame. In M15 we were rejecting from this area, and once the M5 candle closed like this, I should have executed a position on next M5 candle, and which will result in 40 pips of profit in just few minutes. And later on, once we were moving down, this is the area I was anticipating that price has already find a support in here, and maybe I should execute a trade above this M5 candle for prices to potentially push in this 40 pips of range. But this is the trade idea in for which I need to wait for M15 candle to close, and the next M15 candle should push up because the previous M15 candle was bearish, so wasn't a valid trade idea. In fact, once the prices break below this M15 low, that was my confirmation for sells, and I should have executed the trade for 50 pips of profit. So yeah, that was all for today, and later on another trade appeared, but that wasn't a very excellent trade idea. I was anticipating buys above this area, but the M30 candle wasn't closed bullish, so I wasn't able to execute on this idea. So essentially, I feel like my mind isn't responding to the information that market is presenting it. My mind is unable to process and focus on it because the energy levels usually decline when you are fasting. So maybe today is the last fasting day. Maybe I shouldn't trade today and come back stronger on the next week, and I hope so. In the coming week, I will be taking advantage of markets more frequently. And yes, so yeah, that's it all for today. And if I look my trading history starting from this week, I can see that I made 35 US dollars in profit, 10 were deducted in commissions, and ended in net profit of 25 US dollars. But it is not about profits. I made these three huge mistakes in a row in one single day, so it was 70 US dollar of loss. So I should have avoided these trades in future, and I missed amazing trades on day 3 and day 4. So in future I hope so things will get better. Until then, take care, have fun, and I will see you tomorrow.